Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for this first look, we're going to be focusing on the eyes. I will actually be having two separate videos, one for my eyes and then one for my lips. I kind of just want to create something that's not super long, nice and short. But anyways, stay tuned and let's get on with the video. Alright, so all over the lid, I have the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I'm going to go ahead and just take a black eyeshadow. This one is from Maybelline. I forget what it's called. I think it's a Night something. But obviously just use whatever black shadow that you have. I'm going to grab a Morphe M506 brush. I'm going to dip into the black shadow and I'm just going to apply it to my crease. And I'm just going to go ahead and build it up to full opacity. Alright, next, I'm going to go ahead and take my Morphe M456 brush. And I dip into the shade Kiss Me from the palette. And I'm just going to apply that right above the black in a stamping motion. One thing I noticed with this red sometimes, you really have to kind of rub in there a little bit to get a bit more pigmentation. Don't be afraid of layering. In between doing this, I am trying to blend the two shades together. Again, it's not perfect, but we will play with it to get it to where we want it. But to keep the continue and going, I'm going to butcher. Sorry, everybody. Take the shade Mi Amor, I think it is. So it's like another kind of pinky shade that they have in the palette. And we're going to stamp this right on top, just slightly above / on top of that red shade. One thing you might notice with the red shade is the pigmentation is not fully red at first. It definitely comes off a more pink red, and I don't think it's meant to be a super bright red. But in order to get that pigmentation, you'll just kind of have to layer it up. Clean off my brush like usual. I'm just going to take the same brush and we're just going to go ahead and lightly blend out the pink. I'm holding the brush super lightly and just really kind of letting it do its magic. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and re-pick up the shade Kiss Me, that red, and just layer some more of it in the center. Again, I'm kind of picking up quite a lot. You can tap off your brush if you want to, but we're really just trying to pick up a decent amount of that pigment so that this will all blend together. And you can kind of start to see, at least I can, maybe it's not showing up yet, but it is starting to do a little bit more red. Bit of the black. I'm going to bring in a different kind of blendy brush. This is a Fluffy Eye Blender Brush by e.l.f. Just to kind of soften everything together. Now, it doesn't look super blended on camera, but I'm just going to right now move along so I'm not here for 5,000 years blending, and we'll kind of see. Next, I am actually going to go ahead and take the shade Hugs. I love that name. And we're going to go ahead and just blend around the edges just to kind of make everything blended. What I did earlier, mainly because there's a lot of black, is I'm just using a cloth and a micellar water. This is the Up and Up one from Target, just to remove that. Let's do our inner corner highlight like I did on this side. So I am going to soften it first a little bit. So let's take that shade Hugs again and just soften everything together. Take the shade, I've been loving this shade, if you can't tell. Oh, I stepped into it. Say Yes, which is like a silvery white shade. It is so pretty for the inner corner. It's so sparkly. Can wipe off our brush and blend it upwards. So we'll go ahead and grab our concealer and clean up the edge of the eye. M224 brush. And just kind of straighten the line up a bit. So the next step that I did do is I'm grabbing a Morphe flat shader brush. This is the M166 brush, and we're going to go ahead and grab the shade Kiss Me Again. And we're going to pick up a decent amount of the product on the brush. See, it looks pretty red. We're going to pack that onto the lids. I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit of NYX glitter glue. Now for these glitters, I do like to use a glitter glue. I feel like this really helps them to pick up easier. They're not terrible, but I feel like if you rub them, you'll get a decent amount of glitter, but you almost have to it's, I don't know. I'm just going to take that with that same flat shader brush we used earlier. So I wiped off my brush a little bit, and we're going to dip into the shade XOXO, which is the red kind of glitter. Now I'm just going to kind of swirl. I don't know if I can show you, hopefully. I'm just lightly kind of swirling my brush in there so it'll pick up some product. Anything that's kind of extra on the edges, I'm kind of going to scrape off a little bit, or what you're going to call it, because it's going to fall. But then I'm just going to kind of as well just start tapping this glitter. And just keep repeating the process until the glitter is the opacity you want it. So this still is not looking super blended. I don't love it. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of reapply my shadows again. So I'm going to reapply the black with the littler brush, the red, and the pink. Maybe not the pink, but kind of just to get everything blended. And there we go. That looks so much more blended. So this little brush, this Morphe M506, game changer, that looks so much better. Right there for a second that this looks gonna fall apart. I'm gonna grab my not Morphe, my e.l.f. sponge, and just tap out the under eye concealer. Just gonna go ahead and set my under eyes really quickly. I'm just using this brush as everything, the Morphe E48. And then the powder, I don't know fully how I feel about this powder yet, but it's just the NYX HD finishing powder in the shade Mint Green. I don't know, it looks still white to me. Next, I'm gonna grab just a black eye pencil. The one I'm using is by L'Oreal in the shade Black Noir. They're infallible longwear eye pencil. I'm just gonna go ahead and line my waterline very lightly. Am I tugging? Just going to apply a little bit of liquid liner real quick. The one that I'm using is also by L'Oreal. It's called Matte Signature. It doesn't have a shade, so we're gonna say it's called black. I don't know. I'm just gonna apply a little bit of that. So while that's drying, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my little pencil brush, dip it back into the Kiss Me, so that red shade. We're gonna go right along the lower lash line. And I'm just haphazardly kind of putting it there. I'm trying to get, of course, to the lower lash line, but you see that does not look, good. I don't go all the way in. I go kind of almost. But I stop probably where your lashes would normally stop, I guess you could say. Grab one of our lovely little M456 brushes and soften the bottom. Okay, I also took the metallic red shade called True Love. Just a little bit. Same brush. We're just gonna kind of slightly buff that in under the eyes. That metallic red is definitely a really nice kind of true red. I really like it. And then I'm just gonna take a Sonia Kashuk discontinued kind of blending brush, but just any kind of big fluffy kind of brush. I'm gonna grab a face powder just to kind of clean everything up a little bit. So I'm gonna go and grab my MAC Studio Fix on the same kind of fluffy blending brush and just soften everything together. So next, I'm gonna go ahead and apply some mascara. Oh, so I'm using the Maybelline The Falsies Lash Lift. It's been pretty good so far. And then for my eyelashes, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the Eyelure Vegas Nay Lashes Grand Glamour. I'm guessing they're glamour. I'm assuming that's the style. These, the only thing I really don't like is they have a lot of adhesive. And that is this beautiful heartbreaker kind of eye. I think it looks super pretty and glamorous. Alright, so we have reached the end of the video. I really hope that you enjoyed. Obviously, I will still be creating even more looks with this palette because I really want to try to branch out from the norm of how everybody just creates one look and that's it, and you know, or whatever. And some people do multiple looks, and I love that. And I kind of really, as a creator, want to bring that to you guys. I want you guys to be able to use up the makeup you have. I want to use up the makeup I have. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to just be buying something and then trying it out once and being like, I don't like it, whatever. Or I don't know. So, but anyways, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Of course, please like, subscribe, comment if there is any makeup or anything like that you want me to try out or whatever. Please let me know. And I really hope that you enjoyed. Okay, I will see you guys later. Bye.